Ooh, we got the hot beats coming in. What's up? And we're back again, motherfuckers.
What's going on, guys?
But this time, Alex, we just saw a fuck ton of gaming. What would you call them? Gifts from the gaming gods, would you say? Fucking just hella announcements coming off of E3 2017. My name's Garrett at Yogurt on Twitter, YOGRRTT, and this is my
Alex.
My Alex, no, my homie Alex. Shout out.
I_am_Jamie, JAMIG13. Real quick, guys, before this video begins, if you give us a thumbs up on YouTube, give us a like, and also subscribe, please. I would really appreciate it. And also, if you're on Twitch, watch on Twitch, give us a follow. We'd really appreciate it too as well for more content like this, more video game talk, all that stuff.
We just had 16 videos go up in the past 3 days recapping all of the E3 goodies. So if you maybe just want to see us react to the watch-alongs for the actual conferences, we had our little faces on the bottom right. Maybe give you some commentary, some insight to the games that are being announced. As they're being announced, you can go onto our YouTube channel and check those out. bit.ly/ANNDGAMESYT. And yeah, what's up? Oh, and if you're listening to this on audio, we appreciate you. And if you're not listening to this on audio, you can go onto iTunes and all the other podcast services. Type in Consultation Podcast Network. You'll find this, the movies podcast, the music choices that I give y'all. We got your back and all the media needs that you have. So, Alex,
what's up, man?
What is E3 for you?
E3 is hype. It's all hype.
It's honestly like Christmas, dude. Like the EA, no, for me though, like you saw me getting out of the car for that EA conference. It's the EA conference. I don't give a fuck about that. And I jumped out of the car. I was like, bro, it's E3, and you were just like, what's up? Like, and I was like, no, dude, you don't understand. We gotta be jumping in the streets together.
E3, okay, maybe I feel a little different about E3 because this E3 was kind of weird.
It was definitely weird, dude.
Strange.
I'm glad you went into that because that's where I was kind of segueing towards. So I'm glad that we're on the same page because I wanted to make sure before I shit on your dreams of E3. Honestly, the first half of E3 was like, oh my God, why are we putting so much time into watching these? Because it's kind of being, not the best to us, I would say, but not the worst. It's not the worst case scenario, but it was just so mediocre that it felt boring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So this whole E3 was just really weird. It was really strange. I don't know. It was just really, really weird. It started off weird. We should have known it was gonna be weird with E3. I mean,
definitely should have
EA kind of being like a weird conference too.
That was such a good like red herring for our what our time at E3 was going to be.
I think like everything that summarizes E3 right now is like that guy on EA was just like, hello, my name is Jesse, and he starts over. Hi guys, I'm Jesse. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's up with this guy? Dude?
What conference was it where they had the dude? Are you talking about the YouTube curator?
No, yeah, on EA.
Was that the EA conference? That was honestly
first one.
That is the perfect. That guy embodied. He is the spirit animal of this year's EA. Honestly, or the E3. I mean, like the entire E3 2017 is just that guy, except everyone else wasn't that guy, just acting like that guy. It kind of felt like
Garrett's audio is loud and muffled, while Alex's audio is so low or his mic is off that you can't hear him.
Ruh-roh. Hey. It might be on your guys' side. Sorry, guys. I don't know. Let me check. We're gonna do a good old fashioned 1-2, and we're gonna turn up the volume on yours and check it out real quick. Let's see.
You sound fine.
You haven't talked yet.
Oh.
Let's wait for Alex to talk. Yeah, we sound fine.
Yeah.
Ruffum, you might want to check your stuff. And you just ruined this whole show. Thanks, Ruffum. Fuck. Our community manager, Ruffum, is always looking out for us. So if we ever stop the show, it's just because he's telling us, yo, what's up? Better check out your shit. And we do that because we appreciate him doing all he does. Give him a follow on Twitter, RUFFUMRFM. Is that the point of Ruffum stopping the show, was just to get us to plug his Twitter? Because we're not deleting this from the show. This is just everyone on podcast services around the globe. We're going to have to wait for us.
So,
and we're back.
We started with EA.
Yes, sir.
Real quick. This is a real quick recap of all the conferences.
This is a bare bones show. We usually have a desk in front of us.
Yeah, to watch all our thoughts and opinions on it, you could go on the YouTube channel and you could check out all our reactions, all our basically what we thought of the whole the whole conference, each one separately. But right now we're gonna do a quick one. EA.
We're just gonna run down the games that we were most excited for. So as usual, EA kind of starts off the show. They went on Saturday this year. Usually they're Sunday peoples, but they've been switching it around, doing their own events. It's kind of bullshit if you ask me. But at least we still get the EA goodness, which is all the sports games. Alex, aren't you excited?
No.
Come on, Alex.
This year wasn't excited for sports.
So we had the Maddens, we had the FIFAs, we had the
Speeds.
NBA Live.
Oh yeah.
We also had what?
Need for Speed.
Mm-hmm. We had that very brief second of what's it called? BioWare's new IP. That was great.
Oh, Anthem? Yeah.
Yeah, that hey guys, we have a new game called Anthem. Check it out tomorrow at Microsoft's conference.
So weird.
That was the weirdest paid for ad like ever. Like Microsoft paid them a lot of money to show that off on the Scorpio. Yeah. There's no reason why you would take a game if you have a conference to show it off, because that would have made EA, if they showed that exact demo from Microsoft's conference at the EA conference, it would have been 1,000 times better, because we would have left feeling way happier, because it would have been a game that I actually wanted to fucking play. Yeah. And no offense to EA, because they are very much appealing to the biggest mass audience. They are trying to appeal to everybody in the world. And I know that is a weird statement, but when you make a game like FIFA and so many millions of copies are being sold every single fucking month, it's hard not to try and get every single person to feel like, hey, there's something for me. And that kind of goes against the grain as a hardcore gamer, because I don't care about that stuff. So I feel like they don't care about me. And, you know, that's one of those things where I don't know. I don't know, man.
So EA just shows they have a new Need for Speed coming back. They showed I think it's really like up the sports games, and I don't think anything really crazy besides the Anthem, the new IP that BioWare is working on, which is probably the main takeaway of the show.
Yes, sir.
But then the next day we had, who was Sunday? Microsoft went
at it, man.
So Microsoft revealed their new Xbox One, which is Xbox X. It's not the
real missed opportunity to call it the Xbox Sex.
Yeah.
Real missed opportunity there.
What did that guy comment on our too much Xbox for you?
Yeah, too much, like the number 2. Oh yeah, 2 Xbox, the number 4, and then a lowercase u. Yeah. Like such an iPhone name, like applied to the fucking man.
So the system comes out November 7th at a price point of $499. It has a 6 teraflops. It's a lot of teraflops. It's basically a little mini computer, and it's a console. It's a computer, but a console. I like to call it a console. You like that?
Don't ever say that again. You like that? Oh my
console.
God. So yeah, all right. So looking for a new co-host. Haven't said that in a while. So if anyone's out there, we need you.
Surprisingly, it's smaller than the Xbox Slim. So, which is probably one of the biggest surprises, that it's smaller than Xbox One Slim, and it's also more powerful. So that's raises a lot of questions. The $499 price point is getting mixed reviews. It's saying that people love it. Some people will say it's worth it.
They can't do this.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not like PlayStation dropped the price permanently or anything. So like PlayStation could have really wrecked them. Yeah. But as far as I'm concerned, you can't come in at $100 more than your competitor's high-end console.
I don't think you can,
because they each run at 4K, and I get that the like internals of the Xbox One X is like super important. Like, you know, for like, this is the most powerful exactly, there's 6 teraflops. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of like specs in this thing that is important to home console gaming. It is a like first for everything, you know what I mean, as far as liquid cooling in the system. But you can't communicate that as a Target worker to a mom who is shopping for their kids.
Long story short,
for them to give a fuck.
Long
you know
story
what I mean?
short, it's something that it's a little bit more expensive than what it should be. I think the price point's fine because of what the system could do. Because it's $500 is if it could do what it's saying it could do, then it's worth the $500.
They just need to communicate that better to the people, because the moms are the ones spending the money.
I know, yeah. So
that's my point. I agree with you.
Yeah, but at the same time, that people look, like I said, look at that $500 price point. Then look at the PS4 Pro, like, oh, well, this is $100 cheaper. I'll just get you this system right there.
They each work with my 4K TV.
Exactly. Yes? Yeah. Okay. Exactly.
Well, then there we go.
That, like you said, like, the moms are going to be spending the money on this. They're going to look at that $100 difference and like, okay, well, what's the difference between this and this one? Like, oh, well, I mean, this one's $100 cheaper. $100 is $100. Like that's and that's something nowadays, and so I mean it's a like I said, it's a very mixed review on the price point. And then they showed off.
Why don't I just list the games and then we pick
ahead.
the ones that we're most excited about? Okay. That'll speed this up way more because I just thought about it. I was like, everyone has so many games, dog. 1, Forza 7, Forza Motorsport 7. Holy shit. Metro Exodus, Assassin's Creed Origins. This is in order. Player Unknown's Battlegrounds.
For Assassin's Creed, they showed it off on the Xbox X.
Yeah.
Xbox One X. That's why it was there. That's why it was there.
Because Ubisoft went the next day and also showed a little bit, but also closed the conference with like, hey, come back and we'll watch more because they did a whole bunch of single player demos. Player Unknown's Battlegrounds, State of Decay 2, the Deep Rock Aquatic, and the Darwin Project. Chaotic Shooters. Minecraft is getting a 4K update. Dragon Ball Z Fighters with a Z in capitalization. Sea of Thieves. Cuphead and Crackdown 3 get release dates. New Middle Earth Shadow of War footage, which was also on the Xbox One X. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Original Xbox games are being added to the backwards compatibility list.
So probably the big takeaways of this Microsoft conference is the original Xbox games are being added to the backward compatible list, which is pretty it's pretty gnarly. But we had a conversation where you could check it out on the Microsoft's Reacts video, where how that would work. You could check more information on that about that. Our opinions on that video right there.
Yeah, definitely. Out of those games though that I list, which ones have you most pumped? Like which one was like, oh yeah, that's what Xbox needs right now?
Probably the Battlegrounds.
Exactly. That's where my mind goes as well.
Because that, like I said, that I told you 3 million players are playing it right now on PC, and like to bring that community to the Xbox One, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. State of Decay 2 looks really dope too.
Definitely.
Sea of Thieves is probably their biggest one, but I think where
they needed a 2017 release date.
Exactly. Where that's where they probably missed that they didn't do a 2017 release date.
It's unfortunate.
It's gonna be spring, I believe it is.
They just said early, right?
I'm not sure.
That was a rough early. That was such a rough terminology, and just I wanted that 2017 August release date or some shit.
Yeah.
My pick though for the best game shown off, I was like, yes, that needs to be there, is Ori and the Will of the Wisps. That art direction in the original is one of the most phenomenal things I've seen in gaming, as far as like the use of colors and the use of contrast of colors. Like that was some cool stuff being utilized there, and I'm excited that Xbox identified how important that game was, as far as like, this is an indie title that's only on Xbox, and this is a good indie title that has some quality to it that kind of blurs the lines between AAA and indie. I'm glad that they gave it a sequel. That's why I'm excited about it, and it looks just as stunning. I don't need a date on this right now.
No date.
That is unfortunate, right? Do you know why they had no date, in your opinion?
No. I think that game is probably far away. Probably next fall.
Take your time, guys. Take your time.
But I don't know. It's a fishy. It's a fishy one. And then I think after Microsoft we had Bethesda at 9 p.m. which they showed off a lot of their kick-ass games they usually do. Mm-hmm. They did the conference in a kind of an interesting, kind of fun way. It was like basically like, oh, welcome to Bethesda land, and like they showed like basically like kind of touched bases on all their games, or their Dooms, their the Wolfensteins, the new Wolfenstein, and then they introduced.
That was the big one that they showed off, but they really did a good job of touching on and adding on to all the IPs that they have in their like wheelhouse. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nothing was like untouched.
Yeah.
Like PlayStation ignored No Man's Sky to all ends. Like, they didn't mention that at all. Like, that's in the PlayStation family, technically PlayStation. Like, what the fuck? But, Bethesda, even if a game did bad, I'm sure they still would have talked about it, because they appreciate all the IPs and all the people who are buying their games. And that's a really tight conference. As far as presentation goes, I thought it was pretty impressive how they just went boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And
they didn't show anything new, though. I mean, they showed a couple things new. Well, a few things new, actually.
Just Evil Within 2.
Evil Within 2, they showed us new Wolfenstein, new Colossus 2.
And then the VR stuff was cool.
The VR for Fallout 4 and for Doom.
Skyrim on Switch with Zelda.
Yeah.
That was a big surprise.
You can use amiibos on the Switch to...
Skyrim is an amiibo-supported game, essentially, is what we're saying.
Basically, yeah, which is pretty cool. But other than that, like I said, they didn't really show anything else too crazy. I mean, the Wolfenstein 2 was probably my favorite part of the conference.
Machine Games, man, they are batshit crazy over there, man.
It looks really cool. I'm really excited for it. The first one was one of my favorite. It's like one of my favorite ones. Shooting games of all time. That game was fucking badass. I cannot wait for Wolfenstein 2.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really crazy. It looks the whole, all of the United States is taken over by these Nazi motherfuckers, and like and BJ Blazkowicz is back, and he's fucking badass and everything. He has like a whole suit that can like basically indestructible suit, and like man, that game looks fucking. I can't wait for that game.
That's what I want to see more from the games industry, is looking at a game like Wolfenstein as the first in a series, and then letting the sequel and giving it to the developers and just saying go crazy and build the world that you want to build, and that's exactly what we're seeing with Wolfenstein.
It comes out in October, I believe.
Yes, sir.
So
and then
excited.
it's literally a 2-week punch with early October on the Friday the 13th is Evil Within 2, which looked awesome. Crazy psychedelic trailer. Look that up. We have it in our watch along if you want to go check that out on the Endgames YouTube channel. But also 2 weeks later, Wolfenstein comes out and it's just like, bah, 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 bah. We're gonna make so much money in October, said Bethesda.
Yep.
Moving on though, we got into Ubisoft. You were the guy who watched Ubisoft. I didn't get to watch that. I was at work.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you kind of take the reins and see what's up.
Ubisoft. So the big thing was again, they showed off Assassin's Creed for the third time in this whole weekend, which should have been I don't know.
The game we've known about for years, but they just now announced.
It's so weird. So they announced it, and they came out, and they're just talking about it, and then like they didn't really say much. They showed about maybe like 5 minutes of it, like, oh, this is nothing new. We're showing you they showed us a little. It wasn't even gameplay. It was like little cutscenes of it. And then but like the biggest one was probably the Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which is basically XCOM with Mario and Rabbids.
I thought you said Mario Rapids, and I just automatically wanted a Mario rowing game, like in the wild rivers of like Colorado. Like,
of course you do.
Like rowing, like with the Wii modes. Let's bring back the Wii for this.
God damn it.
Just screwed everything. No, Switch controllers.
Yeah.
I'm building a game right here. This is how real game development is going down in this office.
That's how Nintendo makes the
games. Did you think it was going to be turn-based? I never thought about that.
No, I didn't think it was going to be turn-based. No, not at all. So when I saw the gameplay, I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. Like,
I appreciate it.
A lot of people were like kind of stoked about it, saying like, oh, XCOM with Mario Rapids, and like I said, it looked interesting. I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of cool. It's different. Yep. It's a different type of Mario. It's a different Mario take on video games, something like that. So, it was interesting. Funny cartoon that they had going on. And then the Crew 2, which probably was a really good one. They Crew 2 is introducing not only track racing, but they're racing on boats. You can race on airplanes and helicopters, and then you can race on off-roading, and it's all open world. What, man?
No, I'm not laughing at the. I just thought like
this guy's gonna laugh at it because it's something to do with sports. And
dude, I love racing games. I just don't like simulated. I don't like being on a track. I like going around, like Forza Horizon. Like I would prefer over the motorsport series, and like that's where my quarrels come, because I don't care about like the traction of my tires. But no, what I was laughing about is like that's exactly what that's a classic video game sequel. Like you go from like Duke Nukem 1 to Duke Nukem 2, and it's like, well, what are you gonna do in the sequel? More explosions. What are you gonna do in the sequel for Crew? Oh, we're gonna add some more vehicles. Like that's just a classic like idea of what a sequel should be, and that's all I expect from the Crew with this open world CarPG, if you will.
I like the airplane racing and the boat racing, because there's nothing out there. There's no boat racing game out there. There's no airplane racing out there.
Jet Moto 2.
Jet Moto 2, yeah. so it's cool. I hope the Crew 2 actually takes off. And then they showed off the South Park The Fractured But Whole.
They're like marquee title this year, October 17th.
Yeah. So and then like they're basically kind of like making sure like we knew that this game is coming out this year, hopefully. They just showed a little bit of like cutscenes of that stuff. And then they showed off this like weird like
transference.
Yeah, they showed off this weird commercial, not commercial, for like this weird promo video for this new VR game that they're introducing. It had Elijah Wood on it.
He's like the creative director of the game of all people. I was like, shout out to him, Frodo in Lord of the Rings movies.
And like it was like a weird, like it was really, really, I don't even know how to explain it. It says that the game is titled Transference, and the story seems to take place after scientists discover the ability to upload a recorded consciousness of someone, and you enter that into that person's consciousness. More like, it's kind of like the movie Get Out. Like they just like basically take somebody's brain and put it in somebody else's brain. That's basically what it is. And that's what.
Bro, I didn't even know what this was about, because like I said, I missed these. Like I knew about this game, but I didn't know what it was about because I didn't watch the trailer. But
Well, if you watch the trailer, it doesn't tell you anything about it.
Okay.
It's just
It's them at a desk.
Them at a desk, but it's like weird because like it's like if you think about like in the old like 60s, 70s, or like during like scientific experience on people, like they would put like it was like a promo video, like these guys like have a headset on them, but in that headset it is showing like people like kind of like not like brainwashing them, but like making them like watch like a bunch of different videos and shit like that. I don't know. It was really, really weird. It was really, really interesting.
But based on the title, it reminded me of the movie Transcendence, which is about putting the consciousness into a computer, starring Johnny Depp from 2014. And then you just broke down the whole stream of consciousness, and I was like, wait, is this just a latent, really, really late movie out at video game?
What's going on here, huh?
You know what I mean? Like Transcendence, the game. Starring Johnny Depp and Elijah Wood as the director. But after that, they went into Skull and Bones, which is basically like, hey, you guys like Black Flag? Well, we're going to mix this with no land, just straight ships. It's
you're just battling ships with ships. Which I mean, it looks really gorgeous. It looks really cool.
Definitely.
But it's basically Sea of Thieves without actually going, exploring all that shit. There was no release date. They showed a bunch of gameplay of it though. It looks beautiful, but the thing is that Ubisoft is known for their multiplayer aspect of their games.
Yeah.
So that looks like an only
and the mini maps.
Yeah, and that looks like an only online multiplayer game. They'll probably have a single player on it, but I don't think it will be as good as it should. So I think that should only strictly be a multiplayer game. We'll see. They didn't say much about it. I think when it's supposed to come out, it's like next fall, I believe.
Gotcha.
But it looks like a really, really good game. I mean, it looks beautiful. It looks really nice. But probably if we know Ubisoft, that's gonna probably be a Ubisoft online game, just like much like For Honor or maybe like Rainbow Six Siege.
I didn't even think about that until now, but you're completely right. That's what that's going to be. Holy shit.
Definitely. Because I don't see a single player on that. Like I said, you just control the ship and you just kind of control where they shoot and all that stuff. And you have different types of ships that you can pick out. But yeah, so I mean, that's basically the Skulls and Bones. Basically the Ubisoft's, rated R version of Sea of Thieves without the exploring, which kind of sucks. And then they showed us this little South Park Park game.
Destroyer.
It's a mobile game, Phone Destroyer. It's a mobile game.
It's like Cartman as a monk.
I don't know. It's such a South Park game.
Hell yeah. Starlink Battle for Atlas.
Another game it's like a weird game. Like you use a ship and you put it on your controller, and then you use that ship inside the game. It's kind of like a Toys to Life type of thing. Okay. But I mean, we could just speed over it.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
Steep. They showed some Steep.
Yeah, this is the what the fuck moment. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Like I never thought that in a million years they would make a DLC pack for this game.
I could road to the Olympics. I guess the Olympics are coming out.
I knew someone was gonna talk about the Olympics. Yeah. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Not happening.
And then they showed us Far Cry 5. They confirmed that online multiplayer will be in the game, where you could join up one of your friends to play on it.
Nice.
And then the last big one was the Beyond Good and Evil 2. That one was like
It's finally being made. It's not coming out. What the fuck?
So when they closed the show out, they basically said like, we're working on the game. You can go to this website and give us feedback and whatever, all this stuff. And I went to that website and I only skimmed through for a couple seconds. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And like they were just saying like you could join this Space Monkey program. That's what's called. And like you just kind of I think you signed up for like a beta maybe. It's like an alpha. I don't know. It was really, really weird. They basically said they're working on the game, but like we don't have there's no date for it. There's no more information about it.
And that's about it.
Yeah, that was about it. That was fucking really, really, really weird. People were stoked about it, but I mean, whatever.
Oh man, I mean, what are you gonna do at that point? Like, if you're not already making the game, I guess come out on stage and say that the game's being made just to give yourself a wow moment, just to give you a headline. I guess Ubisoft, but that was just such a weird move, man. I was like, damn, we really have nothing that exciting. So you want to just announce this? Sure, And it's like, damn, you guys haven't been making this game? Like, you're asking for people to contribute?
Yeah.
Like, that's how little, like, who just last did that is like Shenmue 3. And we're going to see Shenmue 3? Never. We're never gonna see that game. That game is a myth.
Beyond Good and Evil 2 is such a long ways away.
And we're excited about it, but it's unfortunate that it's just not coming. Like I was expecting like a 2017 surprise release or 2018 it's coming motherfuckers, but nah, that ain't it. That ain't a thing. Looking forward at PlayStation though. PlayStation E3, Uncharted Lost Legacy. This was just games after games, so I'm just gonna list them. Horizon Zero Dawn got a nice little Ice Age DLC pack with the Frozen Wild DLC. Days Gone demonstrated some wonderful gameplay. Monster Hunter Worlds is coming to PlayStation. Shadow of the Colossus is getting an Ultra HD remaster. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite story DLC, or not DLC, just story trailer, period. It gave you some input, like literally Mega Man was in the Avengers Tower. Who would have thought that would ever happen? Call of Duty World War II got a more gameplay shown. PSVR had some shit with Skyrim VR being kind of the main marquee title. God of War then just blew everyone's socks off. Detroit Become Humans made me very happy. I don't know how happy everyone else is about no release date at all or any hint. Destiny 2 got those like exclusive strikes, and then Spider-Man. Holy shit. Which out of those, Alex, has you soiled in your pants?
Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah? Why?
Just because that's I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that at all.
That's the surprise moment, man.
Yeah, everything else they showed was. I mean, Monster Hunter World is kind of a surprise one too. But everything else on the Sony conference is games that we've already seen and we've already talked about. So
True.
there's something crazy about it. Horizon DLC was pretty cool, but I mean, if there was one place where announced DLC, it'd be this one, and I guess it's gonna be a big one.
I agree.
But everything else, Detroit, still no release date. And they didn't even they didn't even show they basically showed the same thing we've already seen. God of War, we saw more God of War of that. Did God of War have a release date?
Early 2018.
Early 2018. So okay. Like I said, it's a weird conference.
It was unlike Sony, man.
Yeah, all of them were pretty weird. But like I said, there's something. Shadow of the Colossus was probably the biggest surprising one. That was.
There's nothing bad about it.
No, of course not. It was a solid conference, but like
it was all games I enjoyed watching.
These are all games we already talked about, already seen. So it was something special. It was solid conference how they presented everything, but other than that, I mean, I can't get my pants wet over this conference. One,
there's no Sucker Punch announcement. That's bullshit.
Yes, yeah.
Two, we kind of touched on this in our pre-show. Is like, at a certain point, it's gonna slow down.
Yeah,
it has to, because they showed all their cards to get ahead in this PlayStation console war with Xbox. You know what I mean?
They talked about VR. They bought a bunch of VR games. That was cool.
No one thought that was gonna happen.
That was cool.
But did any of them really look that good?
There was like a scary looking one that looked pretty.
The mouse one was awesome.
I guess.
No one said that, dude.
No.
You know, so it's like it's all a bunch of like mediocre shit. God of War, amazing. Go look at that trailer. Spider-Man had some of the craziest like Arkham Asylum notes played into a Marvel world. Cool. Spider-Man was insane, dude. Like, even though it was all like button prompts on screen, that last moment where he's like the crane's coming down or whatever, building, that was awesome. That was great. That was wonderful. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Can't trust no websites anymore, boys. Can't trust no websites. You get an ad after being on the website for 30 fucking minutes. Finally, Nintendo had the shortest conference. It was like 27 minutes, 29 minutes. What did you take away from that? Did you watch it?
I didn't watch that.
Bro, what are you doing?
I didn't watch
Whose side are you on?
I've watched. I heard nothing but good things about Nintendo though.
They had the best conference.
Yeah, I heard they had the best conference. I watched Kind of Funny's post show, whatever. Yeah. And they were talking about all this stuff. And Metroid Prime 4 is obviously the biggest one. And Rocket League.
The biggest one was Rocket League.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, but Metroid Prime 4. I mean, they said they were working on it. And it's like, that was a kind of a blindsided attack, but. Rocket League coming to the Switch.
That's amazing.
Huge. It's huge.
It's huge. On the go.
It's huge.
It's 8 players at a time locally. Like, that's crazy. Like, you all can connect to 8 Switches and all be in the same match. Like, that's insane, man. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, a new Kirby adventure, proper Pokemon game is coming to the motherfucking Switch. I'm so excited. And then Metro Prime 4 was shown. And then after that, they didn't even close with Metro Prime. They showed a new yarn-oriented Yoshi game, so that's kind of cool. And then Fire Emblem Warriors. And then Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Master Trials DLC Pack 1. And then they showed a bit of DLC Pack 2, which is called The Champion's Ballad. And it focuses on, like, 4 champions and, like, yeah, they all have amiibos as well. And then Mario Rabbids was shown. Super Mario Odyssey looks insane, man. Looks so good. I was so excited for that. But just the fact that, like, Nintendo needed to show up. So the fact that they did and it's such a good contrast to, like, what they have done in the past where they're never showing up to E3 and they're not doing anything. And the fact that they had the best showing of, like, hey, this is why you should own our console because we have all these kick-ass Nintendo games coming out. That's amazing, man. And bringing out Rocket League is literally the most mainstream. If you can't get Overwatch, get Rocket League. Boom, your console's going to be okay because there's so many people that want to play Rocket League all the time. That's just their game. It's just like FIFA. Rocket League is their fucking game. So if you can look them in the eye and say, hey, man, you could take this on the go. I know a laptop, fuck you. I'm saying, like, on the go in your pocket, why not? Like, that is such a power move. Throw a Mario hat on a car and you will sell millions of copies. What's your conference pick out of all the boys?
Well,
EA. Microsoft. Bethesda, Ubisoft, PlayStation, Nintendo. What you got?
Man, I honestly,
Mike dropped this moment.
I couldn't even pick any of the conferences, to be honest. I was a fan of all the conferences. I'm a fan of E3. I can't really pick one, just because none of them really came at me like, wow, like this conference was the best, or oh, this conference is the worst. I mean, they were all pretty solid.
No, fuck that. EA was terrible.
Yeah,
that was pretty freaking bad.
EA was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
That made me look at you in the eye and say, well, what are we doing
here? Yeah.
What are we doing? My pick for the win is Nintendo. They honestly did. They had to show up, and they did. And that's all I can ask from them. They didn't kill it in the sense that, like, they're on stage like I would want them to, but a 30-minute presentation is, what I'm going to get from Nintendo, and they killed it in that 30 minutes.
Nintendo came in and said, like, they came out and, like, they brought the games out that basically the games. Like, here are the games that, like I said, like, here's the games, like, if you want our console, these are the games for it. And, like, that's what they needed for the Switch. Like, the Rocket League was, like, the big one.
Definitely.
Metro Prime 4, they said they were working on it. It's in development. The new Mario Rabbids game is coming out for the Switch.
Nice.
So, a bunch of, like, Nintendo was a really, really, really solid conference. But, like I said, like, probably the best one that I've heard, and I just recapped like a new Yoshi game as well. I think I saw on here.
Yeah. Yarn Yoshi, new Kirby.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2,
which looks great.
That's
like anime and moving form that you control.
The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Odyssey is a big one, obviously. And then they didn't even talk about Splatoon or 2 or ARMS, which is good. Like, don't talk
They
about
kept
those
that
games.
for, like, the pre-show and the post-show.
Yeah, so
Ruffum, if you're still in the chat, this is your one time to give me the Treehouse announcements because I still don't know them, and I'm sorry. But you yelled at me in the chat last time, so this is your chance while I detail why EA was the worst again. EA, you suck. I hate you. I'm just stalling so that we could catch up on the lag latency so then we can go into our top 10 moments. But I want to give Ruffum his due to at least let me know that there was more Nintendo news for y'all. So, Ruffum, if you can, Ruffum, you're not doing shit right now. Ruffum, you're breaking our hearts. Don't go breaking our hearts, Ruffum. And that was it. So you're going a stalemate. You can't pick one.
I can't pick one.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I swear to you, I can't pick one.
Who are you?
I can't pick one.
This is ridiculous.
Like I said, because they all didn't have.
When they say, where do you want to go to eat? You say, I don't know. What do you say?
No.
Oh, they all sound great. You want McDonald's or fucking Morton's Steakhouse?
Oh, Morton's Steakhouse.
They're all the best. No, that's not how it works. No.
Man, to pick one.
Who got you smiling the most? Who got that nice smile coming out? Which conference? Was it the Pirates and the ships at the Ubisoft, or the sports and the kicks?
Probably Sony. Most like probably Sony, just because the games I'm looking forward to the most are on Sony.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And it took. You're not wrong. Like, there is nothing wrong with PlayStation, but yeah, dude. So
let us know which one was your favorite, guys, and why was your favorite. Is it EA because it has a bunch of sports, or because it sucked, Or was it Microsoft announcing the Xbox One X? Was it Sony announcing all those beautiful games that we've talked about? God of War, Shadow of the Colossus Remastered.
Nintendo with the Rocket Leagues. And the long-awaited Metroid Prime 4.
And was it Ubisoft? Ubisoft announcing their new
Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones. And then what was it? Who's working on Anthem actually?
That is BioWare, and that is EA.
EA.
But Xbox showed it off, so it would be a part of Xbox's
we didn't even talk
conference.
about that. Yeah, we didn't talk about that. Microsoft,
we talked about it a little bit.
Microsoft showed off their new the IP that I guess they're partnering up with was BioWare and EA making the game.
Yeah.
Anthem, which is basically like an RPG game. I guess what they came out and said. It looks cool. It looks really good. It looks like Mass Effect meets.
That was the most next gen looking game.
Yeah.
That we saw all weekend.
Mass Effect meets like Timefall. Looked like it. People said like it kind of meant
a little bit of Dead Space in there, maybe.
Yeah, and
aesthetically.
People said like it meant like Destiny, but I couldn't see where it looked like Destiny. But Anthem is the next IP that is coming out. That's
just
the one.
Scope was probably more on par with like Horizon than Destiny. I would say.
Yeah.
Like it's just a very beautiful world that's realized, but I can't wait to see it next year and have it look completely like not as impressive because that game was not like that was on the most super PC like ever made.
Oh
that
yeah,
we were watching
100%,
that on. There was no HUD, there was nothing,
Yeah.
man. So like it was just like a very cinematic experience. So expect like a little bit of a drop in frame rates and shit. And it's not gonna look like that on your vanilla Xbox One, but maybe on the X it will look that good. We don't know. Stay tuned to find out. Let us know what you thought of Xbox's conference and the rest of the conferences at E3 2017. But now we're gonna give you our top 10, which is 5 and 5 makes 10 moments. That was like me at hosting school back again. Yeah.
I don't know what kind of is that.
You want me to leave? You could just do the 10. Oh, I thought you were unplugging your mic. I was like, Jesus Christ. You're good. You're good. You're looking good.
It wasn't popping up.
Hello.
Hey,
we're here. We're live.
Hey.
Yeah. So great. What you want to talk about now? The top 5 moments at E3 2017. Let's do it right now.
What you got?
Number 1. Cuphead's release date. This is one thing that had to happen more so than anything. I don't care if there was any new games being announced. Like the day before PlayStation was going to come out, they could have been like, hey guys, we're not having a conference this year. Sorry for the late notice to let you know. But as long as Xbox announced Cuphead earlier in that day, I would have been okay. Like, that's how much Cuphead needed a release date because I can't go through another fucking E3 not having Cuphead, like, be out in the wild. Like, just get it out already, guys. We get it. It's $20. Go buy it. It's out in September. Awesome. Thank you. That's all I need. Don't talk to me about it. Don't mention it ever again. I'm going to play Cuphead. I'm going to play Celeste. And they're both going to be great. And I'm going to be right about something for once. Okay? I just want to be right. Okay. I just want. Why can't the games that I'm excited for ever turn out well? Why?
I don't know. Sorry.
No, I know. I'm sorry.
I don't know. My mic's not on.
It is on.
No, it isn't. It's not lighting up.
Yeah, it is.
Hey.
Yeah, it does.
Hey.
Bro, you literally have levels. We're good.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You're fine.
You're fucking tripping me out, little thing. Little thing right here. I look at that and I fucking trip out if it doesn't light up.
Because you got to hit a certain decibel.
Hey.
Here's our top 10 moments from E3 2017 that we are most excited about. Number 1 for me.
Number 1, number 5.
Number 5, but the first one that I'm going to detail.
So, number 5, quotes 1.
Yeah, number 1 that I'm most excited about.
No, number 5, quote 1.
Oh. You're confusing the hell out of me.
Number
man.
5, parenthesis 1.
Oh, parenthesis.
Or 5. Just kidding. Go ahead.
This guy hates. You just don't want to hear about Cuphead. Is that it? Cuphead's release date. That was the most important thing that needed to happen. It just had to go down, and it did go down.
When it comes out?
Yeah. We'll do a definite let's play of that. Out in September. Don't talk to me about it. No one talk to me about it. I don't give a fuck about your opinion about Cuphead because.
Hey, Cuphead looks cool, man. Do you give a fuck about that?
Yes, don't talk to me about it till release date because I know one day I'm gonna wake up and it's be like Cuphead delayed.
When's the release date again?
September
29th.
Yeah, that sounds right. You're on point.
Come on, man.
Nice.
It's not like I do this for a living.
Oh. I had no clue.
Number 5 for me would be Days Gone. I think that game looks awesome. It looks fun.
You're awesome. You're fun.
Looks beautiful, like I said. I think that game is being underestimated on the aspect of like, oh, it's too much zombies in too little time.
Mm-hmm.
The PlayStation needs to get this game out of its way already. I'm like, no, like this game looks fun. This game looks nice, and like I'm really interested in the story, and like
Definitely.
and people are just like kind of want to brush it off, and like, I've never seen a game kind of be, like people want a game to be rushed and get out of the way. And I'm like, dude, like this game looks. This is a PlayStation exclusive, right? And I'm like, why do you want this game to be rushed and like not be A1? That doesn't make sense. And
you should never wish that on any game.
no, exactly, on any game. Yeah. So
there's a fan of something somewhere.
Yeah, and Days Gone looks fucking cool. And like when they first announced it last year, I'm like, okay, this is looks interesting. It's another zombie game, but it's a different zombie game. But it's the same zombie game, the same type of zombie game. Does that make sense? It's like different. I don't know if it reminds me of so much of The Last of Us. That's why I think it's gonna be so good, or maybe it's just like this type of gamey looks, or I don't know. It's just
like, man, why can't this just be like a Firefly game in the Last of Us universe? Like it's just like one of those things where it's like, why would you develop this game side by side if you know that you're making a sequel? It just doesn't come across to me as like a smart move, and it doesn't come across to me as something that you should do. But as far as is this game's gonna be great? Yeah, dude. Sony Bend is one of the best fucking creators in the PlayStation wheelhouse that they have, man. So like, I have no doubt that game's going to be amazing.
I'm glad you.
Thank you. I needed that recognition.
What? What's number 4 for you, huh? Mario plus Rabbids?
Transference. No, I'm just kidding. Fuck you. No, my big one for number 4 is the Rocket League announcement on Switch.
Wow. Okay.
Everything I just said, yeah, there's no reason why we can't be excited to have that game in our pockets. And if you've ever played Rocket League, you would want to take that on the go. If you ride a subway to work, whether you fucking sit at a doctor's office, you can now be playing Rocket League with the balls in the cars.
With the balls in the cars.
The balls in the cars. That's all I need in life. What you got?
Number 4 for me is Middle Earth
for
Shadow
me.
War. I'm a big fan of like the Lord of the Rings lore and like the Hobbit, all that stuff. Call me a fucking nerd. Fuck you. I can still beat your ass in beer pong. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. Anyway, all right, I'm out of here. My name's Alex. That's my last episode. I'll catch you guys later.
You didn't tell me that on your resume. I wouldn't have hired you.
But no. When we saw gameplay of it on the Xbox One X, I'm like, fuck, this game looks fucking badass. And we saw more story. We saw more story of it, where you could like basically control a commander of like a tiny little camp, and you could have that guy and his little army, like his little camp, fight on your side of the war. And so it shows in the gameplay where you're attacking basically an enemy front, and I'm like, dude, that's fucking badass. Like you can take this champion that you commanded, you took control over, and then like now you can attack it with on the enemy front. I'm like, that's pretty fucking cool. That's a different type of different take on of a fighting / war game, and I'm like, that's really cool. I'm really excited for it.
It's taking the Nemesis system and like adding so much more like intricacies to it.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been any like game to adapt the Nemesis system.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
keep expanding, man.
I'm really excited for it. I was always a big fan of like the fighting system of the game. It's like similar to like I think they use the same fighting system on Batman. In the Batman games, they use the same fighting system on Mad Max, and like that system is like really, really fun. I'm really excited for it. So yeah, number 4,
Monolith, man. They're such good developers.
Yeah, dude,
I want them off this fucking Shadow of War bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to make a game I want to play. Nah, I would play that game if it wasn't such a fucking like commitment. Hey.
Play your Pokemons. Is that number 3 for you?
No, it's not. It's number 1.
Pokemon.
I'm dead. Okay, that was fucking great.
The whole Nintendo conference is Garrett's top 5.
You're a bitch. You're fucking. All 5 announcements are my top 5. Nah, guys, coming in at number 3. Number 3. Yeah, number 3. Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Splatoon 2.
Fuck you, dude. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. The only thing that could be better is if this was on Switch. No, I'm just kidding. No, Ori is the game that I was most surprised by as far as games that I played last year, and I'm really excited for a sequel. Simple as that. You should go play Ori in the Blind Forest if you haven't played this, and get ready for Will of the Wisps. Because if you ever want to see some beautiful fire, go watch someone play it or go play it yourself, because that's how you do fire in a video game. And colors.
And colors.
Yeah, the color wheel, Alex. It's very important.
Yeah.
Primary colors. Just like this is one of my primary choices for this year's best games at E3 2017.
I like that. I like that a lot. Number 3.
That's not a game.
Ninu Kuni. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, dude, you didn't talk about that once. Who are you?
Number 3 is A Way Out. A Way Out is the new game. It's a co-op game. It's a couch co-op game, and that's probably one of my favorite ones. It's the EA showed it off. And it's basically Shawshank Redemption in a video game. Mm-hmm. So you escape prison with this guy that you meet in prison, and there's a bunch of scenarios to get out of the prison, and then once you get out of the prison, it's like a whole different story. So to get out of the prison, there's different scenarios to do, and you do different things in each scenario, and like one person could get a key from a guard. So one guy has to do something different, or you can switch it up. Have that guy get the other guy get the key to the card and get something else, get distractions, all this fucking stuff. It's really cool. What's really cool about it is that it's a couch co-op game. There's not many couch co-op games out there, and they repeatedly said that it's different experience every time you play. So play this bitch multiple times, and that's what's good. That's going to be a good couch co-op game, that it has a good replay value.
Yep.
So I'm really stoked about it. It's the same people that made Brothers. So the game looks really cool, visually, and I like it. I think it's gonna be a really, really good game.
Number 2 for me. This is where it gets hard, man.
Poker tournament.
Nah, it is a Pokemon on the Switch. It's a full realized 3D Pokemon game. I can live my dreams of Breath of the Wild with Pokemon in it, and I will live my dreams with Breath of the Wild and Pokemon in it. So anyone who wants to stomp on my dreams can get off my show. It's your show, actually. So
they just said they were working on it. It's gonna be a long time till we see something like that. I don't want to shit on your parade. I just want you to, come back to reality.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm glad.
Come back from the clouds. Okay, it won't be this game for another 2 years.
You're about to make me mad. Nah, what I'm saying is that I didn't think it was gonna be talked about at all. So the fact that they came out and just let everybody know, quit talking about it because it's happening. So now talk about what you want to see so we can put it in there. And that's cool. That's what you got to do in a Nintendo conference. And the fact that they're putting Pokemon on a home console, a proper Pokemon game, that's never happened. And this series has been around since '93. That's insane, dude.
Really?
When you have a home console, Nintendo's always had a home console, bro. With the Wii, think about how many Wiis sold, and they never put a fucking Pokemon proper game on there. That's weird. And the fact that they're doing it on the Switch, probably because it's portable, but do what you got to do. What do you got for number 2?
Number 2, Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. I raved about this game earlier on the show. This game looks fucking badass. Nazi killing BJ Blazkowicz's back. More guns, more explosions, more action, more shit. Like I said, I raved about this game before, so I don't want to forget it. It comes out this year. It comes out October 27th.
I love Bethesda in there. Same year, same release announcements.
I'm super stoked.
It's awesome.
October 27th? Does that sound right?
Yeah.
October 27th is on a...
Oh, no, I don't know if it's the date. Sorry, I was thinking...
It's a Friday.
Oh. Yeah, I think they pulled the Friday bullshit. I wouldn't doubt it. That's a special release, so...
Let me just double check real fast.
How old are you?
22.
I love it when they fucking put that on there.
Well, I guess we're not gonna.
Like, it's not like a 12-year-old who's watching a video that is gonna put 12. No. How old are you? I'm 12. I shouldn't be watching this. You caught me. I was putting like 99 when I was a kid, like just fucking with them. Number 1 for me, the moment everyone's been waiting for, is Monster of the Deep: Final Fantasy 15. You can fish in VR. I'm just fucking with you.
I was gonna say, what the fuck?
Coming in at number 1 for your boy. It's a hard flip when you have to pick between God of War and Spider-Man. But I'm picking God of War.
Whoa.
You want to know why? Because it's coming. It's happening. I didn't know this. I thought this game was going to come in February. I made that announcement in that prediction. I didn't make the announcement. They didn't fly me out to go make. And now to announce the God of War release date is Garrett from Man Games. Yeah, it's February.
You'd be like, hey, I'm Garrett. I'm a YouTube creator. He started smiling nervously.
You got the fucking jokes today. You're just shitting on me.
And then he goes like,
I'm gonna let it go.
and he's like, okay. I'm Garrett. I'm a YouTube creator. Here to announce God of War.
Hey guys, you can follow my podcast right here. Check the comment section below if you like this video.
Hey, any publicity.
Smash that motherfucking like
Any
button.
publicity is good publicity.
Of course, we love y'all. So go tell your mom to come watch our show.
If you'd have went and you choked up on the camera in front of millions of people,
They would have at
online.
least come to see me fuck up on camera.
I can imagine how many YouTube subscribers that guy got off that fuck up.
It's just a big marketing campaign. That's genius if so. But yeah, God of War, that's the game I'm most excited for. That's the game that's coming in the precipice as far as like, oh, here's the greatest PlayStation exclusives that we have to offer. And it's actually coming out in a time that makes sense to me. And can we just say that there's no dreams?
Yeah.
Is that game dead?
That was I was one of the biggest.
The fuck?
Like I said, man, like solid. It was nothing crazy in these conferences. Nothing big was announced. Nothing. It was just a solid conference, man.
Except for God of War, which that was probably the trailer that sold me most on like, this is a character that we shouldn't care about as much as like they're making me care about him, because he's just normally like, ah, for Sparta.
Yep.
Like the Ghost of Sparta.
Exactly like
I think he says that in the game.
Well, I think it was really cool. Like when they ended that little cutscene of the God of War is where he talks that big ass basilisk.
What'd you call me?
Basilisk. Is that how you call it? Is that
Yeah,
what
I
you
would
say?
call that a basilisk.
And he's like speaking to like Kratos
kid.
and his son, and like Kratos is like, what is he saying? And the kid is like, he wants to help us,
Mhm.
you know, instead of fucking fighting this thing. And I'm like, and it just cuts right there at the end. I'm like, holy fuck! Like, what is he gonna help? Like, are you gonna control basilisk in the fucking game? Like,
I think it's the scale of that
dude,
thing.
like, what the f- she look humongous,
The way the camera
dude.
pans out is my favorite. Like,
Yeah, dude. I'm like, what
framework of
fuck,
E3 for
man?
sure. So yeah, that's my number one.
Um,
Can I just give a quick like honorable mention? Like if there was a number 6,
the? Okay, I like that. Yeah.
Metro. Holy,
Yes, dude, yes.
that is a game that is being overlooked. No one is putting that in their top anything, and that is a trailer that had me literally goosebumped out, and then didn't know what it was. And then when that fucking title came up, I was like, "That's how you bring a fucking series back, dude." No one was really asking for another Metro, other than people who like Metro, but that's a very small, like, hardcore audience. But this seems like this is the Wolfenstein to what the Metro series needs, and it's going to be like a new take and probably a modern. I think technology has finally caught up, and the people understand what Metro is, and that's. I think it's going to be the culmination of all that coming together to be a cool ass game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know, no one's
Metro-
talking about it,
yeah.
so I just wanted to throw it out there. Go get excited for Metro, and if you haven't seen the trailer, it's really cool.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about our reactions, and I remember thinking about like, fuck, we missed Metro. Like,
It came and it went, but it was
Yeah.
like, that whole conference felt so mediocre that like the beginning trailers like somehow didn't even stand out.
yeah.
Like even the coolest moments didn't feel that cool after the conference ended.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I was stoked. So I just want to throw that out there. What's your number one pick from E3 2017?
So I was at work when the PlayStation conference was on, right? I was like fucking bummed out. I was like, dude, I'm pissed. I'm missing the PlayStation conference. I'm at work. I should call off. I should have called off. And then we're watching
No,
in
you
the back
shouldn't.
counter, and I look behind it, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, that looks kind of interesting. And I run to the back room. My assistant manager is watching on her phone. She's on her lunch, and I look at it, and then I see a big old Colossus. And I fucking freaked out. I'm like, dude, is this Shadow of the Colossus? No fucking way. And then as soon as they showed up this title, I was like, dude, yes. I fucking screamed in the back room. I'm like, Shadow of the Colossus, fuck yeah, man. Like, I was super stoked. And like, Shadow of the Colossus has a really, 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 really like special place in my heart. Like, that's where like basically like Shadow of the Colossus means a lot to me. That was a game that I played with my uncle back in whenever this game came out, 2005. On the PlayStation 2? Was it PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
When this is the screenshot I saw. I'm like, dude, no way they're bringing it back, and
The
like
scale!
and it looks fucking amazing. Like,
It's like Blue Point was talking to God of War with the basilisk.
dude, right, seriously, like that looks amazing. Like, it looks so fucking good and clean, and your fucking horse, dude. oh my god, I'm just getting fucking just goosebumps just thinking about it. You know, bring me back and like, like look how amazing like the shadows of it like.
It looks really good.
The art direction, like look at that, and I'm like, dude, this looks fucking like incredible. And I'm
that
like,
right there was
right,
the
yeah.
fucking
And I was
shot.
like, dude, oh my god, like I was super excited when they showed us off, and I'm like, thank God, like I didn't see this. I don't think anybody saw this coming, and it's coming in 2018. No,
made by Blue Point.
Made by Blue Point.
The motherfucking greatest remaster team that
Seriously,
everyone needs a Blue Point on their squad, dude, because PlayStation has those motherfuckers in their back pocket. They don't really make that many original games. If any, I can't really recall, but they have made, I believe they made the Eco Collection. I believe they definitely made that PlayStation Uncharted PS4 collection, which is awesome as far as making Uncharted 1 appealing, as far as like fixing the controls because they're outdated. But then putting them on Shadow of the Colossus after that, man, that's awesome. I hope that they were like given the pick of like, here's a list of 5 titles. Like, which one's most exciting to you to remake? Because we'll give you full capabilities. You guys killed it with the Uncharted games. What can we do for you? And they picked a Shadow of the Colossus because they're passionate about it. And I hope it reflects, like, because it's a 12-year-old game, man. You know, like, the mechanics might not. It needs to be updated. You know what I mean?
That's the thing too. Like, you know, that's the controls are probably like the biggest thing that needs to be maybe like figured out.
Last Guardian.
Because the Last Guardian, man,
felt like how Shadow of the Colossus felt.
Fuck, dude.
Which isn't bad, but for modern day, it kind of is clunky.
But Shadow of the Colossus, if you didn't know, it's my number one top review moment of E3. Yep. That's probably what like was like. Okay, that's the game that made me like jump out of my seat. Like, fuck yeah, like, you know, I can't believe they're actually coming out with this. I didn't see it coming at all. And I'm super fucking excited for it. Whenever that is, 2018. We'll see. Hope it doesn't. Hope it doesn't get delayed. Hope it doesn't, like, you know, for whatever reason that's. Hopefully Blue Point, I know Blue Point will put out a solid project. So
regardless, though, that just shows that PlayStation's conference next year, I feel like it's gonna be amazing.
I think so too.
I think it's gonna be like kick ass.
I think all of them will be better than this year.
We can only hope.
Yep.
And we're gonna have to wait till next year. But you know, you don't have to wait till next year for the Endgame show, because we'll be back next Wednesday at 6 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time, in the post-morning PM. I don't know what PM stands for. Prime Meridian? All right, my bad. I don't know. I always said post-mortem. Post-mortem. Jesus Christ. Alex. Jesus. If you've survived the mortem, we will be here for you. We will all meet at the lighthouse if you survive the blast. I feel like that's our future.
Is that Life is Strange reference?
Yeah.
Did you play Life is Strange?
No.
I'm playing right now.
How is it?
I'm not enjoying it. It's too slow.
All right, well, Endgame show. You can find me on Twitter at YoGarrett, YOGRRTT, and let me know what you thought about your E3 experiences. Go follow Ruffum, RUFFUM, RFM, and check out his E3 hands-on shit, because he's there live right now, and we're going to try and get him in studio for next week's show to give you a detailed breakdown of all the playthroughs and stuff.
Are we?
Yeah.
Ruffum, you coming to the show?
Ruffum, you better be here. Ruffum.
If you're still here.
Ruffum, my friend.
You can follow me on Twitter. I_M_jamming, JMING13.
I'm jamming.
NapGod27 on PSN. Twitch.tv/NapGod27. Let us know which conference was your favorite. Well, give us your top 5 reviews of the conference. We'd really appreciate it.
Please comment below.
Also give us a subscribe, guys. We really appreciate it. We've been busting our asses. Garrett's been busting his ass editing and, you know, putting those thumbnails out for you guys, which are fucking amazing. And all the editing he's been doing is
we're just
crazy.
trying to get a good show going, because it's only going to get easier once we get happy with the product. So if you don't like the sidebars, if you don't like the sidebars, then let us know, because that honestly is the best way to get your feedback, is comment. Let us know what you want to happen, and this is just not maybe.
I like that.
Check out this title.
This was made by him.
But yeah, if you don't like anything, let us know.
Hashtag
we
thank you, Garrett.
Still trying to change. Fuck you.
Hashtag thank. No, seriously.
That's the end of it.
No, you've been killing it, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate that, and we do it for you guys. We love y'all. So follow us on YouTube, bit.ly/ANNDJMES. Follow our Facebook, our Twitters, everything. It's below. Buy some merch if you. God damn it, Garrett. Buy some merch. You know, we're new at this, but you know, merch is available. Support the podcast. Go follow us on iTunes. Consultation Podcast Network. We're back next week. 36 episodes down, 37 to go, Alex. Thank you always. E3 is behind us. We have a long year.
Shit.